Hello, my name is Benaka, and today I am showing you the new Jurassic World Dominion UNO deck. I'll give a little overview of the deck, as well as how to play the game, in case you want to know how. I'll give you a little second to pause the back here if you want to read the information that's here. It's pretty basic stuff, and I'll just go and open this up. I have looked at this before, I won't lie. I just couldn't help myself. And have you guys seen the new Jurassic World movie? Let me know what you think. I did see it, and I thought that it was all right. I think it's a mixed bag for sure. Definitely not one of my favorites of the franchise. I think it had some incredible technical aspects, but unfortunately it was bogged down by just a terrible script. I thought it was a really poor script. Everything else about it, though, the effects, the acting, was fantastic. So you see, this is the back of the card. It's just the Jurassic World Dominion logo and the UNO logo. I kind of like the blue and orange color scheme they have going on here. It's very reminiscent of the marketing for the film. And so here we have the, I believe this guy is called the Therizinosaurus. Fun creature in the film. I like that character's inclusion. And then we have, I don't remember this one's name. I think this might have been the Baryonyx. I'm not entirely sure. I could be very, very wrong there. And a couple of those guys. There's the Carnotaurus as the number 3. This is one of the Atrociraptors. They were a fun inclusion in the film. I'm a fan of those. I always forget this one's name. I know it's not a Gallimimus. I think it might be a Parasaur. Is it a Parasaur? Let me know. I should mention I'm a huge Jurassic World fan, but I know nothing about dinosaurs. I know a few things, I know some of the fun facts, but I couldn't name a lot of them. This is another one of the Atrociraptors. We have a few Atrociraptors in this deck. I forget this guy's name. I don't think this is the Giganotosaurus, I believe it's called. I think that might be it. This guy is the Quetzalcoatlus, I believe it's called, a winged bird. I'm a big fan of this guy. I liked its inclusion in the film. It doesn't have a crazy amount to do, but I think the Lego set that includes it is a really cool one as well. Another Atrociraptor. Big on these guys. The Dilophosaurus. This is my favorite dinosaur from the Jurassic franchise. I know the real one didn't have these frills. It didn't spit acid, but I was a huge fan to see it return in the new movie. I think this movie is the best Dilophosaurus scene maybe ever. Unless, I mean, that original one is pretty hard to beat, but I love the way that they used it in this movie. Whoa, I just had a ton of cards fall on the floor. We have here the, let's see if I can focus it. The +2 card here is Blue and Beta. Blue's baby dinosaur. This is the Pyroraptor, I believe it's called. It's sort of that raptor with the feathers, as we now know is scientifically accurate. That's the skip card. Here's the 0. I don't remember these guys' names. I do like the little fin that looks like the Spinosaurus. But these guys are cool. I like a lot of the dinos in the movie. And this the Therizinosaurus again. And then it's the same thing, but in red. So you're just going to see all the same cards with the same dinos. I'll get through them. More cards are falling. So here's the wild card. This is Rexy, the T-Rex. Get a couple of those. This is the +4. It has all 4 of the Pyroraptors. Again, they really like these guys. And then this is what I believe is the... And there's another +4. I believe this is the Dino Attack card. This is the Dino Action card, is what it's called. And it's a little different from the wild card. You can tell because of the symbol in the corner. And when I get to the rules, you will sort of understand what that does. This is the other deck. You might notice they're held together by these little slips right here. I don't usually use them. I might keep them. I might hold on to them this time around. But usually they used to be wrapped in plastic. So I assume that's a little more environmentally friendly, which is fun. This is going to be all the same stuff, but instead of yellow and red, it's now green and blue. Blue like the dinosaur. There's more wild cards, more +4s, and more dino action cards. So how do you play? It's pretty similar to any version of Uno if you've ever played one. If you play, say, a green, you can play a green on top. If you play a 2, you can play a 2 of a different color on top. Some common misconceptions about Uno is you can never play 2 cards of the same number. So say, for example, I want to play a blue. You can't go, okay, I have a blue 4 and a green 4. That's not a rule it's not even a house rule in the video game version. It's probably the most common misconception I see when playing Uno. A reverse card will swap the player order, so if you're going clockwise, all of a sudden you'll now go counterclockwise. The skip card skips a player's turn and will go on to the next player. If you're playing 2 players, just kind of a go again card. A +2 card will have the next player pick up 2 cards and it will skip their turn. The +4 card does the same as the +2, except instead of 2 cards, it's 4, and it skips the next person's turn, and the person who played it can choose the next color that's in play. The wild card is the same thing, but there's no special ability other than choosing the next color. Now this card, the Dino Attack card, is the Dino Action card, I believe it's called, has a special rule attached to it. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's actually called the Wild Run card. The back of the box says something different. When someone plays an action card, which is one of those reverse skips, wild cards, whether it's a draw 2, draw 4, anything. If it's any card that isn't just a basic number. If it has a dino on it, which all of these cards do, you can block that action with this card. If you're playing in a group and somebody says, hey, I'm skipping your turn, you can then go and say, actually, no. I block it and I change the color. So a lot of these special decks include one of these cards and you can almost always change the color with them. In this case, it also will block that. So it can stop someone from skipping your turn, although you do have to play that card, which is a shame. Or if somebody reverses it, I believe instead of having it go back the same direction, you can continue on in the direction you're going with that card. If somebody plays a +2 or a +4, you can put that on there and you don't have to pick up any cards and you can still play that card. So it's a pretty basic card. Oh, same thing goes with this, the wild card. If you play that, you can say, nah. Again, though, it doesn't really change anything because it's just like playing a wild card on top of that. It's an okay rule. I've definitely seen better ones, but it is, whatever. It's fun. With something called like the Wild Run card, I would think it would be similar to the Shark Week deck where there's a Shark Attack card. But this is just its own thing. So what are your thoughts on the Jurassic World Uno deck? I'm a fan of this one. It's definitely not my favorite Uno deck in terms of how it changes the game. I would have also liked to see some human characters on the cards. I get it that these are all dinosaurs, and I know they'll never do it, but a Humans of Jurassic World deck I think would be a lot of fun. I want to see Owen Grady and Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler, Claire Dearing, all those characters I really love. But I get it, dinosaurs are popular, people want a dino deck, but I'm pretty sure the Jurassic World deck that we had back in 2015 or so was probably also all dinosaurs. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is fine. I think the artwork on the back is nice. I think the special rule is definitely one of the okay ones. I'm just such a sucker for anything Jurassic World that I'm a big fan of anything that they do. So this deck, it's fun. I think it's a pretty good looking one if you want to pick it up. But if not, I think there are also better Uno decks. But if you're a fan of Jurassic World, I mean, this is definitely the one to go with. Thank you guys all for watching. If you like this sort of thing, feel free to subscribe. And leaving a like or a comment really helps as well. Thank you guys all very much for watching. And as always, stay tuned.